bike, 56, that looks like Carl Hooper. And in the third spot, Ben Rosendale on the 65. Machine fourth is 43. 43 is Cole Williams from, I think he's from Wellington. So a good size field there. We've got 21 bikes out there on the track. Not sure whether they all started, but 21 certainly lined up to do this. And if we have a look at the qualifying positions there, it was Dave Fellows, Carl Hooper, Ben Rosendale, Cole Williams, RM, not sure who that is, Johnny Lewis, Nick Southerwood, Derek Kattenberg, Bruce Telford, Bob Irving, Scott Finlay, and Rob Edwards. Rob E. Edwards, a bit like Alfred Lee Newman. I don't know if the E means the same thing, but already we've got the two lead bikes broken away as they go into the hairpin and out of the hairpin for the first of 8 laps. That little wee, looks like Carl Hooper there on the little 56 machine. That'll be an RS125 Honda with a 450 of some description squeezed into it. Not sure whether it's a Honda or a Yamaha motor. Do you have any idea there, Brad Ritchie?
No, I'm not too sure exactly. I think it initially had a Yamaha in it, but I'm not sure exactly at the moment. But it's a pretty cool piece of machinery, actually. It's worth a look if you're here at the track today, or even if you come in tomorrow. The weather forecast looks a lot better tomorrow, so if you're watching at home on Ctas and thinking, should I come and watch, I think you should. It's going to be fantastic. So this is the Formula 3 8-lap race brought to us by Bike Talk, your home of Suzuki in the King Country. And yeah, it is Carl Hooper, the 56, leading this one here. Dave Fellows, he's on that Aprilia Twin. He'll be loving his performance at the moment. So a few of entries, Spider, loving this Formula 3 category.
Yeah, interesting. We've got a mixture of bikes here. We've got Aprilias out there, the RS660, the SV650 Suzuki, with Ducati there. Phil Duffy's on the Ducati. CF Moto, one of the emerging brands in New Zealand. Quite a few dealers scattered around the country. I see there's a new one in Upper Hutt, CF Moto dealer. So we'll see how competitive they are. We've got there's other bikes out there. Yamaha R6 cut down to a 450. What they do is they disable one cylinder. Sometimes they take the piston out, sometimes they leave it in there. That's been done. I think Aussie was the first person in New Zealand to do it. Chris Osborne from Fielding here, and they've won a number of New Zealand Formula 3 or Superlight Championships. They do it on all the brands here. I don't know, I think I've seen Hondas, but mostly on the Suzukis and the Yamahas, but there's the occasional Honda that can be done to. There's quite an art to it, but you've got to fool the fuel injection to not deliver fuel to that. Some people leave the valves in, leave them out, leave them shut off. So as I say, great innovation, and that's what the Formula 3 class was always about. Carl Hooper coming through there on this beautiful little machine, followed by Dave Fellows on the 14 bike, supported by Dave Fellows, supported by Scooterazzi TR20, which is still in Telford, Early Moto NZ, KSS suspension, race supplies, horsepower motorcycles, Aprilia Special Pass EC Project, Oceana, AGV helmets, and Red Line Performance engine oil brand.
Race shaping up here. Carl Hooper is dominant at the moment. He's a 1.7 second lead over Dave Fellows. But just a note to note that Dave Fellows actually in the Pro Twins category and Carl in the Formula 3 category. So we've got a couple of different classes out there at the moment. We've got our 650 Pro Twin Championship for our New Zealand Superbike Nationals. We've also got Formula 3 just for the Suzuki International Series. So we'll try and keep you updated, but it is quite challenging. But we know Carl Hooper's turned up to play here. He said wins around the streets of Wanganui as well. He'll be there racing this machine, and also he's going to do a Pre-89 appearance just for the Cemetery Circuit as well. So Carl Hooper, one of the emerging talents in New Zealand road racing, and this is going to feel pretty good. He's leading handsomely down the back straight. He had a 1.7 second lead when they crossed the line. Dave Fellows had a crash a couple of weeks ago, so just still recovering from that. And talking to Dave, he feels all right, but just wants to keep the shiny side up, circulate, and take home as many points as he can for the weekend. It's a long season for these guys, and for him to be at the sharp end is all that matters for him. Bruce Talbot, a shout-out performance from Bruce there. He's the Formula 3 legend of New Zealand road racing, so he's out there third place. And Johnny Lewis has got himself in the mix for the Battle of the Podium as well. This is going to be brilliant. Spider at Vaughan Lane, Phil Duffy there. Nick Southerwood, he's another one on the Aprilia RS660 machines with Ben Rosendale, Bob Irving and Jared Horn. Our top 10 so far with about 4.5 odd laps to go. Bike Talk supported Formula 3 and our 650 Pro Twin Championship, Spider. It's good to see a mixture of the new Pro Twins, but we've kept the old ones in there with the championship as well.
Yeah, no MT-07s out there. They're eligible. They've been running around a bit, but you'll notice the Pro Twins are on there with the orange number boards with the black writing on there. The Formula 3, I think, is going to be white on black. There's occasional black on white lettering, so that's the difference between the Pro Twins and the Formula 3. On our timing sheet, they're all listed as Formula 3, so the same way as you're going to identify it, we're going to identify it by looking at the number boards. Great, a lot of Suzukis out there. Suzuki's, there's plenty of them around, and they make a great pro twin bike. Yeah, the RS660, different generation of motorcycle. It's aimed purely at sports. It's high-end sports bike, whereas the SV650 and the Kawasaki 6.5 commuter sort of bikes and lend themselves to pro twins quite well. But if we don't get these new bikes in, the class won't move forward. And yeah, I think there's 2 different championships for the faster RS660s over and above the others. I think that was the story. Brought to you by Bike Talk in Tamara Nui, home of the New Zealand, the Tamarui Grand Prix in the 1950s. Actually, the motorcycle club started in the early 50s, and about 4 years later they run about a 6-mile circuit around Tamarui. You can read about that in my book, Spider's Guide to New Zealand Motorcycle Road Racing Circuit. Great racing out here with 4 laps to go, halfway through there.
Yeah, and it just changed for 3rd place. Johnny Lewis, he's had a busy day. He's in Formula Sport Bears, where he had a good podium as well. So he's got himself into 3rd place ahead of Bruce Telford. A couple of those brilliant twins going at it, so good to see there. Let's give an update. Carl Hooper Day fellows Bruce Telford and Johnny Lewis, so it's swapped from 3rd and 4th around. We go to Vaughan Main, Phil Duffy there 5th and 6th. We've got Rob there in 7th. Well done with Nick Salwood in 8th. Jared Horns up into 9th place. Bino Rosendale has gone down into 10th. He's on a Formula 3 KIP racing machine this campaign. He's loving that. Bob Irvine there in 11th. We've got Cole Williams there rounding out our top 12 as the rain continues to sort of drizzle down, Spider, so any chance of a dry track for our remaining race is pretty much squashed out the window, but the racing's certainly been red hot here today.
Yeah, so cars out next, and most of those guys, there might be a couple of brave boys out and girls out there on the wets. No female pilots this year. We've got Tracy Bryan out there. She's piloting the number 28 machine, the Carl Cox Motorsport machine. So the day's almost to a close. It's been great racing. Really, I think a couple of red flags. Hopefully those people are okay. And some excellent racing. Just 1 lap record. Where are we up with the Formula 3? Formula 3 is a 1:10.8. We're running around here. 1:10.8 is that's Nathaniel Whitrose, Formula 3 class. So we're nowhere near that time. We're running around in the 1:18s. 1:18s is at about 141 kilometres an hour here at the 3.03 circuit course, Amon Manfeild. Great place to be. I don't know how many years I've been here. Still haven't learned not to sleep in the wet. The bits were wet at about 10 to 3 this morning, but that's why I had a spare mattress and just dips the original one. But tonight should be better, and it looks like it's going to be a fine day tomorrow. Tell everyone to tune in on Ctas if you can't get to the track.
All right, it is a massive welcome to everyone tuning in on Ctas. And thank you to Grant and Joseph and the team. What a fabulous picture they do, and it just makes it an absolute treat. We've got one down in the splash, one down S's, and a bike on track. So the wet conditions continue to catch a few out here. As we've got it all on here, red flag. We have gone to a red flag, so we can update. The red flag has come out, and the rider's up and A-OK, walked away. So the bike on track, too dangerous to continue. We've gone to a red flag, and with 2 laps to go, I think that will be the 67% threshold. I think that will be declared, and it'll be a win, a dominant one for Carl Hooper ahead of Dave Fellows and Johnny Lewis. So that's your podium. We'll go down and catch up with these legends, Formula 3 and Pro Twin, brought to us by Bike Talk. All right, here we are. We are in our Bike Talk supported Formula 3 podium, and let's kick it off. Third place, a brilliant ride out there in the wet. Well done, Johnny Lewis. How did that feel?
Oh, that was pretty neat actually, yeah. That was good times. Got a bit of a slow start, but yeah, picked it up a wee bit. But no, full credit to these boys. They sort of left me for dead, so it's all good.
So a couple of good passes out there and a nice ride. So you must be feeling pretty good about Manfeild this weekend?
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's first time in the wet on this thing, and she's a bit different. So no, having a great time. So yeah, it's just cool that it rained, really.
All right, awesome, but well done, great performance there, and that's a good third. We go to second in the race, and the all-important first twin home. Dave talked to you this morning. That's exactly what you needed to do, just get out there and stay neat and tidy.
Yeah, there was a goal, particularly with the conditions. Worst thing was just just bring it home. I broke my wrist 6 weeks ago, but I hemmed it down, so it's been a bit of a sort of a touch and go as to whether I could ride. Still a bit sore right there, but in some ways these conditions help because it's not quite as physical. But yeah, really happy with that first Pro Twin home. So yeah, it's just got to keep doing the same, really.
A magnificent looking motorcycle. Is it fun to ride?
Oh, they're brilliant bikes, mate. I mean, straight out of the box, it is really nice to ride, good handling, and they're, heaps of torque. They're a really good bike, particularly if you don't want to go all the way up to a 600 Super Sport. Really fun bike. So yeah, go and grab one. Yeah, I just want to also thank Dylan and Joe and all the TR20 crew, Luke and Sophie and everyone. Awesome team effort. So just really appreciate all their help and support.
Oh, magic effort. You go and rest up and we'll see you again tomorrow. Take another way from this one though. What a performance. What a dominant win. It's got to feel good, Carl, to take that one home.
Yeah, no, it's a good race. Tricky conditions. It was a bit of a undecided whether we go for the dry tyres or the wet tyres, but I think we made the right call there, and just want to say a huge thank you to Halligan New Zealand. We blew the motor up halfway through the year, and without them there's just no way that we'd be here. The bike's still not 100%, but a huge shout out to them for giving us some of the facilities to rebuild the motor in time for the series, and all the other sponsors. Without them none of this can happen, and just huge thank you to them.
So all cool as machine. We're going to see this around the streets of Wanganui as well. Are you in for the whole series?
Oh yeah, for sure. Really enjoy riding Wanganui on this thing, so looking forward to it.
Magic, awesome win, and well done. So we'll hopefully see you again on the podium. That is a wrap of our Bike Talk supported Formula 3. We'll go back to you, Spider, for our final race of the day, the sidecars.